The Trump administration is dropping a plan from the previous one that would have required airlines to pay cash compensation to passengers for flight delays caused by the carriers. The Department of Transportation is also considering scrapping a rule that requires airlines to disclose service fees up front before ticket purchases. This move has raised some questions about passenger rights and transparency in airline practices. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order rebranding the Department of Defense as the Department of War. Speaking from the Oval Office, President Trump said the change sends a message of victory and strength. And while the order doesn't formally rename the department, a move that would require congressional approval, it does authorize officials to use Department of War in public communications. New jobs in the United States nearly stopped last month. The Labor Department says only 22,000 jobs were added in August, much lower than expected. Officials also updated some earlier numbers showing job losses in June, a small increase in July. The week report adding to some growing concerns that the current administration's policies may be pushing the economy towards slower growth and higher inflation. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is expected to announce that using Tylenol during pregnancy could be linked to autism. It's a claim that contradicts current medical guidance. This is all according to a report from the Wall Street Journal, which also says that Kennedy plans to suggest that folic acid, a medicine derived from folate, could help treat autism symptoms in some people. In a statement, Tylenol says they continue to evaluate the drug and believe it is safe for pregnant women. Georgia physicians say the recent changes to vaccine guidelines have created some confusion for families who want to get the COVID-19 shot. Last week, the FDA ended emergency use authorization for COVID-19 vaccines, and then Wednesday, the Georgia Department of Health said it would delay administering the vaccine until the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices reviews them. CVS and Walgreens both confirming that until the ACIP meets, they will only give COVID shots to those with prescriptions. But local doctors say they're still going to make sure patients can get them.
You can just visit your primary care provider and we'll be more than happy in giving you the vaccine. I should expect my first shipment of vaccine in another week.
And we expect the ACIP to meet for 2 days in a couple of weeks. We'll keep you updated on that. And turning now to a Fox 5 News alert, a backyard flock of birds in Henry County testing positive for a highly contagious strain of bird flu. Georgia agriculture officials say this is the same strain that ravaged birds earlier this year in January. They say the affected flock consists of about 45 birds, and officials say it does not pose any threat to the food supply. The risk to humans, they add, is low. Officials in Athens say killer bees are making a comeback. These bees are a type of hybrid honeybee that was first introduced in the United States from Brazil in the 1980s. They get their killer nickname for their habit of being very defensive of their hives. Researchers from the UGA Odum School of Ecology say these insects aren't as scary as they sound.
It's not so much about whether or not the Africanized or hybrid bees are spreading, but more about whether they're intermingling and breeding with the bees that we keep, where those genetics that underpin their defensive and more dangerous behaviors can creep into our own honeybee stock.
The hybrid bees are common throughout the Southeast as well as in West Texas and Southern California, and they're trying to track them. So if you think you see them, go ahead and contact a local beekeeper.